Hello and welcome to the Tyrants In Training podcast. I'm the host, Kevin Ryan. Today's Tyrant and guest is the host of My Views Are My Own podcast, Doug McDonald. Doug interviews smart people, funny people, creative people, and people too. It's a really good podcast that covers a wide array of topics. There's a talk with co-founder of Lincoln Project about Citizens United. Another interviews Brandon Chase, who walks Pacific Crest Trail solo. That's 2,663 miles from Mexico to Canada. Doug also talks to guests about wildlife stuff, like how to survive a hippopotamus attack, and loads of other stuff too. Anyway, here is some out of context tyrannical ramblings from Doug.
We're not under any obligation to
Yeah.
negotiate. I'm going to go ahead and deport everyone. And if I'm not shooting a really cool gun, I'll be rubbing my hands together.
You can find Tyrants In Training on podcast apps that play podcasts like Google Podcasts and Spotify and Apple Podcasts and whatever else. Thanks for listening. If you don't mind liking and subscribing, that'd be great. And enjoy.
So, this is, we're talking about tyrants, right? I mean, that's,
yes.
So I guess that's the thing is that we're going into this, I'm going into this from the viewpoint that I'm going to be, this is going to be tyranny. This is not,
Well,
I'm not going to just be an elected official, like in a traditional sense, in a country that I'm familiar with, right?
No, this is a country we're going to set up for you. We're just going to pop up an island somewhere. Actually, do you want to pick where would you like this island to be popped up in the world? I mean,
wow, man.
in water would be preferable.
So this needs to be an island nation.
Yeah, I just prefer to, instead of like people coming on going, let's get rid of New York. And you're like, oh god.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would love to know like logistically a lot of stuff. So like, can you give me an idea of like size of the island in comparison to maybe like a European country or a US state?
I usually say, look, you can put it wherever you want. We're just going to say 10 million people live on the island to keep it a round number, so everyone is.
Oh,
like,
so
okay,
only 10 million people. Okay.
Yeah, it's a small country.
Okay, it's a very small country. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm a little.
It's three times the size of Ireland. Well, at least twice the size of Ireland. So small is relative to. Yeah,
I'm going to be kind of a Papa Doc type guy. I'm not going to be like Stalin or like Napoleon.
People have acted in such a grandiose manner. So yeah, whatever's up to you. I'm literally just an advisor on this.
Do I get to know what my import exports like? What kind of natural resources do I have?
You decide. What we'll do is we'll decide your where your island is. I really should get up a Google map, but I'm afraid my computer will just collapse if I try and open another tab. But we'll decide what the island is, what you want to call the island, and what your title will be. Because they're just get rid of the easy.
Okay, let's go ahead and say that I'm strategically placed. Because I mean, you want to go ahead and assume that I have some sort of alliance with the United States, right? Kind of like maybe like how Israel has, so that I'm not under any kind of concern of being like invaded by what?
So you're immediately thinking you're going to be invaded.
Well, I'm wondering what is my what's my stability in relation to the rest of the world. But I mean, if that's not something we need to discuss, I mean, I'm not trying to like take this way too far.
Oh, listen, it will go too far, but we'll settle into it. We'll settle into it.
We're gonna say as far as foreign policy, I have no. We're gonna say, are we just gonna go ahead and say at this time I have no military conflicts outside of my country?
No, at the minute nobody's trying to attack your country, take it over. I assume you're not trying to attack any country at the minute because we haven't set up the place yet. But yeah, right now it's just the bare bones or the skeleton of it. So where it is,
and my economy is solvent. Like we're able to.
It's going well. Yeah, no. Once we have it up and running, like all the buildings are in, education, blah blah blah. Everything is like that.
No food shortages. No,
you're working fine. What we can decide actually right now is. Usually I let people do whatever they want. In this question, I kind of limit it to two different versions. So do you want your country to have just an inner circle below you of maybe like 10 people that you decide who they are and they can do all the boring admin-y stuff during the day to run the government? Or would you like your 10 million citizens to be able to elect 100 senators for a Senate? They can do all the boring admin stuff, but you have final say over everyone.
Okay, so a Senate Parliament style.
Yeah, like a limited form of voting.
But it's essentially a sub government because I'm essentially a monarch.
Oh, you decide everything, but yeah, they do the everyday stuff. And if you want to just have a inner circle and you don't want to give your people any voting rights, like these 10 million people who are going to be on your island, they know that's the way the island works. So they're happy with that. Like they've agreed to join the country knowing that's the way it works. So you don't have to worry about them being unhappy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Senate. And
so you're allowing people in who
they can vote.
Okay. Yeah. What happens if they vote for people like, what if they vote for someone whose exact idol is Donald Trump? Like they want to be the next one. Are they allowed to be senators?
Well, we haven't even gotten into like because we were discussing. Yeah, no, I mean the thing is, you said ultimately I still am. I still even you said that. I mean, I could take it. I could be a Stalin, but a little miniature Stalin. But we didn't talk about my secret police or like.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if they want to elect a Donald Trump, and if he wants to mouth off,
secret police would kill him.
Yeah, it's okay. The mouthing off is fine as long as he knows where the line is.
What's the line? Hold on a minute. So the line is actually, I better ask that. What are people going to refer to you as? King, president, whatever you want.
Yeah, shit. I was thinking like maybe like colloquially it would be like the Philosopher King or the Chosen One, something like that. So that's what my people call me. But like on the world stage, like if I'm a member of the UN, I'll just go by president.
Okay, so you're just going to do it simple for the UN and stuff, but as soon as a tourist arrives on the island, they go, "Where's President McDonald?" Or President
you mean the Chosen One?
You mean the Chosen One, right?
You mean the Philosopher King? He goes by many names. Yeah,
he goes by any other ones you want me to write down? Because I will be writing everything down here.
Raw.
I unfortunately went ahead and decided one, but I didn't really. So I had already written down big. So the big Ra.
I meant Ra as in the Egyptian god of the sun.
Right. Yes. Okay. Do you want to be known?
Like I said, these are all colloquialisms. These are all from my loving, adoring citizenry. Yeah. I don't. That's what they call me. That's not.
So do they must have a big interest in Egyptology.
To my friends, I'm still Doug.
Okay, Doug. Jeez, you have so many subsections of people who.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got, man. I'm still Dougie from the block.
Dougie from the block. Okay,
we're gonna tell them that.
Some people do call you J-Lo as well. So if senators say, "I think we need to get rid of Raw," they're dead. Secret police sort them out.
Oh, if they plot to kill me, yes, they're absolutely. That's a.
Oh, if they say
that's treason.
Yeah, if they're going to like put you on a boat and ship you back to America, then your secret police are going to put them in a sarcophagus.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and say that treason is going to be a capital offense.
Treason, okay, yeah, that's fine, no problem there. Oh, by the way, yes, we should get back to where is your country located? Forgot about that.
Oh, I hadn't fully decided. I would love to have some kind of like country that's almost like a sister island to New Zealand. That'd be amazing.
Do you want to put it in between New Zealand and Australia, or do you want to put it right?
Just like directly next to it. So north of Australia to the east of New Zealand, north of Australia.
East.
Does that work?
Yes. I get yes. Okay, I'll just put in New Zealand, Australia.
I wish I had put more. I wish I'd had more thought about this beforehand. I didn't know these were options I was going to have because now I'm trying to figure out. Like, honestly, this is not going to matter. We're not going into a full ass game of.
We're not.
Like, how am I going to like who are my trading partners to the north and shit?
No, you don't have to worry about that.
It's an analog to New Zealand. It's beautiful like New Zealand. It's got the animals like New Zealand. Yeah. It looks like Middle Earth.
That's essentially the crux of that question of what weather would you like on your island. So the trade business, we can make that shit up. I'm not going to.
Okay. So I want it to look like Middle Earth from Lord of the Rings. That's my that's the climate.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, do you have an idea for a name?
Oh, I didn't. Man, shit.
You're not going to name it after yourself, Renton?
No, because my name is Doug.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really that doesn't lend itself to like you wouldn't call it Dougland, honestly. It kind
Douglas.
of sounds like I'm thinking because I'm thinking, are you in Dublin?
I am in Dublin, yeah. Dublin. Oh my God, you could call it Dublin.
Dublin.
No, doesn't really work, does it?
It doesn't sound that cool.
Sorry, I think I might have just agreed with you because naturally I agree with authority that I'm in Dublin. I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not. It's just I hold under pressure and you're in charge.
Let's just call it Shangri-La.
Shangri-La. Okay.
Or Atlantis.
Okay.
Should I be stealing the names of like these?
I don't think they can sue you. I don't think who's going to sue you? You're the king of. Well,
they're not going to sue me. I wonder. Yeah, I don't want to be corny.
Which you had Shangri-La, and then you wanted Atlantis. I'll just put them down as names, but not officially.
Okay, yeah. Let's say we haven't officially named the country yet. Right now, it's just the Republic of Freedom.
Why don't you just say Shangri-Lantis? There you go.
Shangri-Lantis. I don't know because that sounds like a disease. Let's go with
tropical disease.
I'm gonna go back to Shangri-La. We're going Shangri-La.
Okay, Shangri-La. Okay. I'll cut out Atlantis.
We have a very large Tibetan population.
Yes. And
that explains why it ended up being called Shangri-La. That's why.
Right, Shangri-La. With the Philospher King /Chosen One /Ross /JLo President Doug McDonald. Okay, now that those kind of usually one answer or one word answers are done, a question we might want to know is what's the origin story for your island? How did you find it? How did it come into being? How did you get it? By the way, you can make this up because we'll tell the people whatever we want.
Oh, how did I get it?
Yeah, how did you become president?
Man, I invented this app where you could order shit online and it outperformed Amazon, and then I outperformed Amazon Prime, and then I invented an electric car which then outperformed Tesla, and I bankrupted Elon and Bezos. I took all that money and I made Shangri-La, and I was like, hey, whoever wants to come live in Shangri-La.
So you literally created the island like Lex Luthor in Superman Lives or Returns.
Well, yeah, I didn't know if I was supposed to pretend like this landmass already existed.
Oh, whatever you want. Honestly, you can go whichever way you want with this. If you want magic powers, I'll go along.
Because I feel like because otherwise we could just say that I went and I conquered New Zealand and just took their land.
But it's a new island. So did you cut off a part of New Zealand, or when you can keep the rest and just move it a bit north?
We'll just let's just say that I was able to. Are we going to try and say that I was able to like eco-engineer an entire island the size of New Zealand?
Hey, you're a genius who bankrupted Tesla and Amazon Primes in a few short years.
This is what we'll say. Because the reason I was able to do all that is because I had made first contact with an advanced alien species. That's where I got all my tech, and they were able to create this eco-engineered city-state. My
notes already seem like I was in a fever dream of just random Senate, secret police, raw, Egyptology, Shangri-La, aliens.
am I I'm not trying to make it too complicated. I'm sorry.
No, we're all good. We're all good. I am going to need more detail on how you found the aliens, though. I'm really interested. What happened there?
Just, man, I was hanging out in a crop circle
in Nashville.
And then they came down and they were like, "What's up?" And I was like, "What's up?"
They literally said, "What's up?" Or is it like
yeah, they speak English. They're so advanced, dude. They actually come to you in the form of one of your loved ones, or really? So to make you comfortable.
Yeah,
because they're actually beings of pure light, so they don't really need to have a physical form. They just do that for us because we can get freaked out by their true form.
Yes.
So they come here. They look like one of your best friends, or maybe like a pet that you had, maybe that you lost, and you're like, "Oh, it's my dog," and then they're like, "Hey, you want to geoengineer an island?"
So wait a minute. They show up as I'll use myself for example. They show up as my beloved cat Oliver, who passed away some years ago. Immediately, I break down crying, and then he says, "Do you want to create a piece of land on Earth?"
I guess maybe for you, if it happened to you, maybe they would respect the emotional outburst.
Oh, they would say,
"Oh,
okay."
They would say, "Oh, okay." your ability to show complex emotions leads us to believe that you are a sentient enough species.
And I would say, hold on a second there, talking Oliver. I don't think crying is that complicated. I think it's pretty basic. Well, you should see me every day. I cry often. It's a very basic emotion I have. So immediately I'm in an argument with them. But they came to you as a loved one and they said,
oh, well, like for me, no, they came to me as Jean Claude Van Damme.
Oh, naturally, yeah.
So because they just knew that I was like really into those movies when I was a kid. Yeah. So they just picked it for one of my favorite movies.
Were you not disappointed that it wasn't actually Jean Claude Van Damme then? Like your one chance probably to meet him.
I don't feel like this is my only chance to meet him. As a matter of fact, I don't want to send any spoilers, but I have been trying to get in touch with his team.
Really?
To get him on my podcast. Yeah. I don't give a shit, man. I fucking swing, and sometimes I swing and miss, but I've had some people that I honestly thought would really truly not respond to me. I've had what I've had so far, because I'm still up and coming. I wasn't a famous person when I started, but I've had a lot of really cool people's assistants who have contacted me back and said, hey, so and so is very busy and cannot be on your not well-known podcast. And I'm like, I honestly, you sending me the email is, because actually one of my very favorite rappers, his assistant was emailing me, and I was like, this is fucking cool as shit that even his assistant is like, has talked to him about me. But the issue was he's like he can't, due to his contractual obligations, he can't make decisions on his own to do this kind of shit, because I sounded like he might have even considered it, but I have to go through the record label, which is a fucking heap and high pile of bureaucracy that I have no intention of doing. So but I mean, I always appreciate even that. I feel like that's a level of like courtesy that you that I just I appreciate.
Yeah, going back to Aliens. So an alien or aliens came down. One of them was dressed as Jean Claude Van Damme and said she wanted to create a country. And then you said yes. You put aside your plans to conquer New Zealand, and that's how Shangri-La came about.
Yeah, they were just like, hey man, we could have this thing put together for you in like a month, and we're just gonna populate it with like different types of like just everybody you might need in a society. So
wait, they populated it?
Well, just with other, they just went around,
Oh, they.
I didn't do that, because that's like, I mean, that's a really massive undertaking. So definitely you would need like, they probably had an AI that took care of the recruitment. They're like, okay, we need people that are going to do agriculture. We need people that are going to do guided missile systems. All the shit.
Yeah. And like, wait, did you ever figure out what purpose these aliens had? Like, what were they getting out of it? They kind of sound like dodgy builders who come to your house saying, I can tarmac the front, and then don't do it.
No, man, we just hit it off. It was just like, it was just a vibe. We just like, they came, they're like, oh man, we just kind of bop around the universe, seeing what's up.
We saw you from across the bar.
Yeah, they're like, this guy seems like he'd be like cool to talk to, and then we had some beers, and they're like, oh, you podcast? Well, then do you want to be a dictator? And I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's a natural progression. And are they still here?
No, they're gone. I can contact them at any time. So
how?
That's why we don't that's why I don't have to have any kind of like military alliance with any superpower, because I actually
you can try.
I've got something better than a nuclear deterrent, because I can actually contact a faster than light species that will come and defend Shangri-La. So it doesn't matter if Putin wants to, buck up, he wouldn't, because I'll be like, well, I will just have you disintegrated.
And you've told the UN and everyone that already, so they know.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Right.
At the first UN meeting, I just wanted to be like, I just said, hey, look, I'm not trying to start any wars here. I'm just trying to be the chosen one where I came from.
Is that why they call you the chosen one?
Yeah, I guess so. Because I didn't name myself that. Like I said, my adoring population named me that.
Yeah, that'd be egotistical. By the way, speaking of egotistical, this is a bad segue. When people come into your country, because they're like, hey, Shangri-La seems nice. It's a good name. I want to join. Are you restricting anyone? Like, are we allowing in anyone who has committed tax fraud, or anyone who is over 6'7", or any rules against people coming in? Or are we just allowed everyone in?
Sure. There's got to be some rules, man. But it wouldn't be any. So I would feel like just it would be like only poetic justice to be like if someone like if Tucker Carlson or someone of that someone who's been here, Alex Jones, some real piece of shit,
right?
It's been over here grifting people and pushing fascism, and they just and then they're like, oh, Shangri-La like is really nice. I want to have. I'm going to go over there in my private yacht and try to dock in my harbor. That would be a big mistake.
So would you have, I imagine you'd have your, what would you call them? I guess border guards or immigration patrol or whatever. Would they have questions? I guess what we'd say is, if I come in as some person, so if I show up knocking the door and I have to go into my interview to say, hi, I'd like to live in Shangri-La. My name is Liam. I'm a billionaire. I'd like to live here. Are you just letting me in, or what questions would you ask, Liam?
Oh, well, I guess, billionaire is going to be under the most scrutiny.
Oh, well, I am a multi-billionaire, and I'm prepared to give a lot of money to Shangri-La to let me in.
Well, Liam, if you're prepared to choose the path of enlightenment and give away all your money, you're free to live in Shangri-La. We have universal healthcare. We got universal healthcare. We got childcare. We've got universal basic income. Your housing is covered. Liam, you don't need billions of dollars to live here because we are very set up as a socialist democracy.
Well, you see, the thing is, the only reason why I want all the money is because I haven't really grown up. Being a 9-year-old child, it's tough to grow up sometimes. Now, I like owning businesses, so I want to buy loads of businesses. Like, I want to buy a space rocket program because I like rockets. Boom. I want to buy the biggest construction company in the world. That'll cost a couple of billion. Because building, that's cool. And a couple of sports teams. So I'll need a couple of 100 million. Now, I do have about 500 billion in the bank, so I can give like half it away. That's pretty good, right? Giving away half your amount.
So wait, he's got how much? So
I have 500.
This guy's able to give what? He has 500 billion to start.
Yeah, I do.
So okay, so he has twice as much money as Elon Musk right now.
I believe, yes.
Okay,
if you don't pay your employees, you can save a lot of money. There's a hint for you if you need it. But anyway, yes.
Yeah, honestly, if he wants to donate 250 billion in fiat currency to Shangri-La, I mean, as long as I can't, the thing is, it's not going to be too much of a problem because in Shangri-La, most of the things are state run. He's not going to be able to come in and like start really making any kind of dramatic, like damaging changes because most of Shangri-La is not for sale. That's
fine because I have businesses in New Zealand. Is mostly where I'm.
Okay.
I operate. Again, I am bringing back slavery, but hey, it's in New Zealand, so it's fine. So I have a palace. I'll just head off. Thanks very much, President. Nice to meet you. And Liam's, I presume, living now in Shangri-La.
Well, see, the thing is, Liam wouldn't be able to build a palace because he's going to have to get building permits and things like of that nature.
Oh, okay. But he'd be able to rent a place.
We have a very egalitarian society as well as a meritocracy. So, and also if he's doing, are you saying he's like a CEO? He owns Nestle and he has like slaves doing like slave farms.
I mean, if you're not
paying Liam just came to a place to be capitally punished for his crimes against humanity.
Oh, well, no, you see, because it's in New Zealand, it's not in Shangri-La, so it's fine.
No, the thing is, we actually have our own version of The Hague in Shangri-La. So, Liam just really stepped in it because first he gave me the 250 billion. I took that. Then he came in, and now that he's on Shangri-La soil, he cannot, whatever country of origin he may be from, like I said, we're not under any obligation to negotiate, so we don't have to. So once he's on Shangri-La soil, if he's charged with crimes against humanity, I will offer Liam this. I'll offer him a fair trial at a place complete analog to The Hague, like that serious, that
so he could argue in court like his own innocence.
Same way that after like Nuremberg,
Yeah, so he could say, look, I'm 9 years old, as it's been established a few minutes ago. Ever since I've been born. Ever since I've been
Liam's
born.
9.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
okay.
9.
I missed that part.
I believe it. I'll hold on. I'll pause this part of the editing for future Kevin. Hopefully go back. Is because I haven't really grown up. You know, being a 9-year-old child.
Fuck him.
And that should be the part where I said it. But yeah, so Liam being 9, he's now in your Hague. Does your Hague have its own name, or is it?
Well, I mean, I gotta know some more shit about Liam. Does he have living parents, or did he inherit all that money? How is a minor capable of making these transactions?
I mean, when you're that rich, you can get away with a lot of things.
Yeah, but
plus his
because all the shit should be like in trust funds and all other kinds of, like, I don't know of any country where they don't have like some kind of adult that runs the finances until you've reached a legal age.
Well, that did happen, but then he enslaved the adult who was looking after his finances. So technically, yeah, but
wow.
I mean, he's working in the mines in New Zealand.
Well, guess what? We finally found what we were looking for. The aliens were hoping to find extraordinary types of human psychopaths, like people that at 9 years old were able to become billionaires, that are able to amass $500 billion, more than twice as much money as the richest man in the world has ever amassed, and then able to enslave adults that try to bring them to justice. So, yeah, probably what I would do is I would go ahead and contact Jean Claude and be like, hey, I found one of these extraordinary specimens for your experiment.
Yeah,
because that's the give and take. So no, I would not put Liam to death, but he would be going away on a spaceship, and I cannot tell you what'll happen to him out there.
That's cool. I mean, do you know what's going to happen? Because
I have no idea. Oh no, I've never gone. I've never left Earth.
So I mean, for all you know, alien Jean Claude might have buttered you up and said, "Find me someone with extreme evil in their heart," and now that you've delivered them, essentially the Antichrist, it seems, of the world. I mean, he could be going off leading an army into an intergalactic battle where evil prevails, for all you know.
Yeah, maybe, but honestly, I feel like I said, man, like when we kicked it in the crop circle field, there was like totally a vibe. He seemed like a very chill alien. I don't think that's real dude. I think it might be more of just like some kind of experimentation, vivisection type shit. So it's all good.
And again, it's up to them. It's up to Jean Claude and Liam.
Yeah. Also, it's out of my hands. I mean, I answer to one foreign power, and that is actual, extraterrestrial.
Yeah, that's true.
Beings. So
fair enough. Yeah.
They say they want extraordinarily evil Antichrist type people for specimen work. I offer them, so that's what happened.
You had no questions, no questions of all. You were
okay. No, and now we're $500 billion richer.
Oh, you've just taken all the slaves. You own them.
Well, we freed all the slaves. I just kept all the currency and all the whatever he had in all the central banks.
Are all the slaves now coming to your island, or are you just freeing them and saying go wherever you are?
I'm gonna just go ahead and say that wherever they currently call home, they can just stay there, but now they're free, and there'll be reparations.
Oh, so you're giving money out of the.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna personally oversee this, but I'm gonna have my people talk to their governments, and we'll
senators.
My senators, but what's a senator? I mean, what does a senator really do? They don't do shit. Okay. I'm gonna have like actual like bureaucrats that work in different organizations and be like, all right, set up different types of payment funds, and so all of Liam's slaves are now they're free.
Yes,
in their home country where they want to be with their families, and they're receiving I think probably very massive, very generous checks.
Don't you worry, we've put Senator you're gonna hate me. We put Senator Marjorie on the case, so she will look after the money. Anywho, what type of house do you want to live in? Because you said like there's no big palaces, but for you, is there going to be
yeah, man, some kind of like mountain temple.
Oh, you're going real like Tibet temple.
Oh yeah, dude, there's gonna be some very Shangri-La types of things. Yeah, so mountain temple, great view near the beach, but mountain too, and a lot of cool like meditation spots.
Yes.
Yes. Definitely a pool though, like a good pool, not a whack pool.
Do you have to have a landing pad for the alien ship if they ever come? No, you don't.
No, man, they're so advanced. It's
They
crazy.
beam. Oh yeah,
They're just
good.
like, yeah.
Nice.
They've got anti-grav. There's really no, I mean, there's nothing I have to do. They know what they're doing.
Jean Claude has it. I've just called him like Jean Claude now is representing aliens here. So Jean Claude has it all sorted.
He's the emissary that I work with mostly, but they do have a Morgan Freeman that comes around occasionally with him. If there's,
of course, they have a Morgan Freeman, right?
Yeah,
first thing they would have done. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, is there anything with Shangri-La? Is there any unusual list the country is top of?
I want to say that we have the lowest blood pressure per capita.
Lowest blood pressure. Is that because of the aliens, or
that's just because everybody is just relaxed, man? Just
so
we're like really, we're on top of trying to just solve the rat race, man.
Is that because, as you've declared to the UN, if anyone crosses you, the aliens are going to come and blow you all up? Whereas, so your country is the only one who knows, well, we're safe. So everyone else is panicking. Like every day it's going to be the end of the world. And you're just...
I know, because I believe that we're a shining beacon of the future that everyone could try to follow.
Do you think, and I say this with no insult in mind, do you think Putin might be saying the same thing right now? We're a shining beacon. And you're like, no, you're not.
Well, the thing is, I'm not trying to obtain any land.
That's true.
That I haven't already acquired. I have and what I've acquired wasn't even there before. That was, like I said, it was geoengineered by an extraterrestrial, extremely advanced species that I can't even explain how they did it. And we're perfectly happy. It looks just like New Zealand. It's fucking awesome. I'm trying to have the most relaxed immigration rules that we can possibly have feasibly.
That's true. You also have freed about 12 million slaves here, so I mean, can't be all.
And also, like, I think maybe like earlier you said, when other foreign aggressors, if they say we'll do this, we'll do that, and you said I'll blow them up, I won't blow them up. What I was saying is that I would have my it would be very targeted. It would be if Vladimir Putin himself, if he made this decision, he's going to be a foreign aggressor towards me, and he disintegrates. Not his family, not his soldiers. It's so
Jean-Claude alien assassin goes.
Yeah, I think it's very, very, very fair to say that. So or like I'm very climate conscious. Aware, climate change. So that's one thing too that I think maybe the only kind of that you could see us being as foreign aggressors would be that we would be constantly forcing fossil fuel companies to dismantle.
So if there's a company in Norway, you will forcibly dismantle that whole company?
Yes.
By force?
Well, we would try diplomacy first, of course.
Oh yeah, but if they're not picking up the phone, you send in an army of Jean Claude Van Damme / Morgan Freeman.
No, just whoever the current CEO is, he's no longer the CEO, and then they can replace him, and then they can replace him, and then so on and so forth until the next person in line realizes that deciding not to pick up the phone with Shangri-La results in vaporization. I'm going to pick up the phone with Shangri-La, and I'm going to help to create a diplomatic solution to this global problem,
Right. Okay.
Animals are going extinct. We are facing a mass extinction event. Shangri-La is the leading country on this.
Yeah. And we don't have time to dilly dally.
We got the here in the United States, the people are fucking driving SUVs more than ever. How many Hummers I saw today? Hummers. Who the fuck drives a Hummer?
Yeah. What? Yeah. So Arnold Schwarzenegger, does he still drive one?
He drives an electric Hummer. So I shout out Arnold on that one. But
I give him credit for that. So are they allowed? Are you going to stop Hummers from going around as well?
Well, that's going to be one of my other.
Are cars allowed in Shangri-La, or are they only electric?
Well, here's a great thing about Shangri-La. All of our cities are walkable. They're designed to be walkable. We've got bike lanes, serious bike lanes, not the kind of bike lanes where you're like, you're going to get clipped by a car every second. These are real bike lanes. all all motor vehicles they have to yield to pedestrians and cyclists, and for all travel, like inner city travel, from I guess interstate. I don't know if I have states. Maybe I have states. We'll say states.
Why not?
For all interstate travel, we're gonna have bullet trains. I mean, it's fantastic.
Put the money into this.
The transportation situation is just, and the thing is, like, you can drive a car if you want, but you don't have to. We've got subways, we've got bike lanes. Every city's walkable. Anywhere you live, you've got like, we're trying to make it where in any city, no one's gonna have more than any necessity you might have. It shouldn't be more than 15 minutes away.
So it's just too convenient not to bother with having a car yourself.
Yes.
It's not. Would you have text lanes?
A what?
Yeah, a text lane is, I believe it's in either the Netherlands or Belgium, where they started this. This was years ago, I read it. You have your walking lane for people who are walking. Then you have your cycle lane. But then you also have a lane for people who are texting.
I have never heard of that.
Do you think you'd go with that? So that way then they can't walk.
Nah, that's just...
Fuck them.
Fuck them. Yeah, dude. If you can't walk in a straight line while you text, then just put your phone up, man. And...
Yeah, fair enough. I thought we were going with that, but I've never seen it. I've read it, and I've probably seen a picture online, but yeah. I have a bad question to ask you. You might like this. Well, there's a little bit of good news that you get to pick it, but
okay.
What scandal do the citizens of Shangri-La find out that involves you? So you can pick what scandal you're involved in.
Oh man. And it can't just be like
whatever it is,
like,
your
people
are
like
going
find
to
out that I've been like saying I don't listen to Celine Dion, but I do. Like, it's got to be a real scandal.
It can be whatever you want, but I will note that your people will be upset by it. So if you want it to be, I don't listen to Celine Dion, and your people are upset, then they will be fuming.
I'm not gonna cheat the game. I'm gonna go ahead and get a real scandal going. Shit. What's something fucked up I would do?
Is there a chance you might have called the aliens wrong sometime and maybe beamed up the wrong 9-year-old? That's
a good ass scandal where I completely just sent like a completely Cody. I sent up Cody. Cody didn't do anything wrong, but now it's too late because I can't just call him back. I'm like, awkward. Hey, you should bring Cody back, and he's like, I can't bring Cody back. It is a one-way trip, and I'm like, ugh. And then everybody finds out about Cody. All right.
Okay, Codygate is
Codygate.
I'm telling you, I'll be honest. I mean, obviously your approval rating is really high. It was at 99.4%. It has gone down now to 72%. That's how pissed off people are about. They loved Cody. Cody won Shangri-La's Got Talent.
Because Cody was like one of those Fortnite kids that like
what? But that's how he got famous. Do you mean the people on Twitch? Like he was 9 years old.
Yeah. Those kids on Twitch that I can't. I mean, I'm not a gamer, but I can't name any other. But I know that there are like these kids on there that are internationally famous and beloved, and people are just like, "Oh God, Cody, he plays video games so good."
Do you know what? This is completely breaking for it, but I remember watching. It was a couple of years ago. I remember watching Call of Duty, where everyone's playing online. I remember watching some video, and some guy who's obviously really good at this game, right, was playing it, and he was shooting everyone immediately, bang, 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 and he was doing really well, and that was fine. If he's brilliant, he's brilliant. But what was really annoying about it was he had this tone of just like while shooting everyone who are clearly trying to kill him, he's just like, yeah, so then I'm just going to go back to college, and I don't know, I might do another major. Like, so boring and dull while he's killing everyone. And I was like, what an asshole, Cody. I hate you. Fuck Cody. Anyway, you're...
So, I mean, ultimately, yeah, dude, it was a scandal, but also fuck Cody.
Yeah, but you have all the youngsters in Shangri-La love him. And they've...
Yeah, so, a lot of the boomers and Gen Xers and even some of the millennials are cool with... That's why I only dropped to 72, because, like, young people don't vote anyway. And also, I'm not up for election.
The thing is, though, a lot of your advisors suggested, and we're going to put you onto it. To head off this scandal, we might put you onto the nightly news program, 9:00. Have you sit down, kind of like a Frost Nixon sort of deal with Anderson. So we might just play that out. So we might say that, Anderson welcomes you, sits down across from you and says, Philosopher King, thank you for coming on the show. Anderson tonight. And we have to talk about Cody Gate first off. I hope you don't mind. Don't send me.
I mean, I mind, but I'm here. So go ahead, Anderson.
Okay. I guess the parents and a lot of listeners, most of our viewership is from the ages of 9 to 15.
Great. You must be very proud of your show.
I'm extremely proud. Why is the question they ask? We keep getting in Snapchats saying why. Why did you send Cody up?
Oh, I thought he was one of the Antichrist kids. Turned out he wasn't.
One of the Antichrist. How many have you sent up? I thought it was just one.
Well, so far 2, but one of them was an Antichrist. His name was Liam.
Right. But you said
the other one I sent up was named Cody. He was not.
Okay.
So
Cody wasn't.
That's what's happened really here. That's the.
So did you tell the aliens?
To be completely
I have
candid.
Another Antichrist.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to, whenever I find an Antichrist, call him up. I say, Jean Claude Morgan got an Antichrist, and they're like, "Great, we'll be there. We'll be there faster than light. We really value these specimens. They really help us with whatever we're doing."
Sorry, it sounds like you're talking in code because the FBI are listening. Morgan, Jean Claude Van Damme, I've got an Antichrist. Want to pick him up near Universal Soldier? That's your basement. Sorry, I've got off track. So I apologize. We're back from the break. Anderson here. How many? So are you hunting 9-year-olds looking for Antichrist? Is that what's happened here?
No. See, what had happened was, so the first Antichrist tried to enter the country.
Yes.
He had $500 billion. It was very suspicious. Then I found out that he had enslaved 12 million people, including his parents and then later his guardians.
Yes.
So I was like, well, this is clearly Antichrist behavior. I had to send him up.
That's a home run. Yeah, that's
wasn't a problem, and also like
and everyone people were happy when you did that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was good. Yeah, it was good for me. It was good for the economy. It was good for the planet. What happened was when Cody tried to enter Shangri-La, I just, he had gotten so rich from Twitch streaming and playing, YouTubing and playing Minecraft and Fortnite. He's, because he was such a
little shit.
He was just so good at so many games. Right. He's out there playing fucking Mario Kart, everything. So he then comes in with what also seemed to be a suspicious amount of money.
How much money did he come in with?
$500 billion. I didn't realize you could accrue that amount of money from playing Minecraft. I didn't know.
He came in with 500 billion.
Yeah, he'd made that from 500 billion. Yeah, so obviously it looks, to my eyes, I'm going, oh, it's another Liam. Nice. I can go ahead and send this up.
No further questions. He's clearly...
No further questions. Like, how am I supposed to know that he got that from Twitch? He should have come in and said, I got this from Twitch streaming.
Yeah.
Should have been the first thing he said.
Out of his mouth.
So, but I send the secret police over there to get his ass. You know what he says? This is what he says. Okay.
Right.
Instead of saying, I accrued $500 billion from Twitch streaming Minecraft and Fortnite and Mario Kart.
Right.
That's what he should have said. They could have let me know, and they'd be like, "Oh, hey, this is not an Antichrist situation. This is just."
I'll cut in there because I do have the police report that when he was arrested. Now they said he was crying, asking, please, mother, don't let them take me, please, mother." And then they, put a bag over his head and threw him into the van. But you're saying he should have grown up and said, "I'm a Twitcher."
Yes, yeah, no, exactly that. I read the report.
Yeah.
He was saying all kinds of. He wasn't. He didn't tell us. He was going, no, please, no, don't. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to be sent into space. I don't want to be a
birthday.
specimen. I don't want. I'm not an Antichrist. It's like exactly what an Antichrist would say. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, hate me if you want, guys.
So no 9-year-old who has 500 billion is safe in your country.
Well, now they are. I mean, now we have a whole new policy set up to check and see if they're a Twitch streamer. So I think you guys need to give me. I've been running this country for a fucking 1 year.
Yeah,
I've only killed one child, potentially. For all we know, for all we know, they're alive and well. Maybe that they're just They might be in some kind of space zoo.
Can you find out?
No, I can't. It's like would be really like awkward. It's like you don't kind of ask that kind of stuff.
It seems like you're using Jean Claude then for information, is it?
It's just like it would be like tacky if I was going to ask him what he's using the Antichrists for. Okay. So,
but you can assure back here on Earth that you're not headhunting 9-year-old children who are incredibly wealthy.
Look, here's the thing. If someone, like, if a friend of mine,
yes,
if they call me and they're like, "Hey, Doug, can you get me some Molly and some Viagra?"
Now, who's Molly and Viagra? Are they also? Is Molly a child who has 500 billion?
No, Molly is MDMA. It's a drug that.
Okay. Yes.
And then Viagra is a boner pill that will keep you erect longer. So
interesting.
So somebody that's trying to party, they're trying to have a good night of taking drugs with, a medically enhanced erection. Maybe, right. I don't know, but you know what I don't do. What's tacky? What I don't fucking do is I don't say, "Hey man, who are you gonna go take the MDMA and Viagra with? Is it gonna be? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a girlfriend? Is it? Right. Are you gonna do this by yourself? It's none of my fucking business."
Yes.
I'm just helping a friend buy some illegal drugs.
So you're saying if the aliens say snatch up more children there so we can put them into our spacesuit, you will say absolutely, I'll find you some.
I mean, they're only asking me for Antichrist right now.
Oh yeah, sure, Antichrist, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So I fucked up. I did, and like I said, I've only been president for a year. So far I've set up one Antichrist, accidentally one non-Antichrist. Yes. As time goes by, we might find that it'll be something more like I've sent up like 79 Antichrists and one not Antichrist, and then I feel like it'll be a lot harder to criticize me then.
So your plan to send up a total of 80 Antichrists and 2 non-Antichrists. Okay.
Whatever Jean Claude asked for.
Yeah, or whatever he decides. Okay. Thank you very much, J-Lo, for this lovely interview. I do want to say, as your advisors, I think that went really well. I think you answered it. Straight and direct to the point. You didn't apologize. You explained yourself, and you even put in some like, well, listen, we're going to set up a Twitch stream or a Twitch.
Yeah, we know we've got brand new policies.
Yeah, guidelines.
Every time a very Antichrist-y appearing child enters Shangri-La, comes into our waters, comes through our port, tries to naturalize, we're gonna say, "Hey, this might be a Twitch streamer." That's the first thing we're gonna say.
Do you not worry that the young people in Shangri-La will now avoid Twitch altogether, just in case, or anything, to be incredibly wealthy, just until at least they're 10 years old?
Well, I certainly hope not, because the pursuit of happiness is one of the things that we really, here at Shangri-La, we want everyone to pursue happiness.
Or else. Cool.
Or fucking pursue depression. I don't care. It's your life.
Your funeral or life.
It's I don't have death squads. I just have like a very, very effective intelligence,
alien assassins and secret police.
Yes. I mean, this it can't be any more surgical than that.
Sure. I was going to ask you earlier, what is your favorite movie franchise?
God, man. Well, we have actually touched on so a franchise. You meaning like several movies made in the same franchise? Well, that's gonna heavily have to go to the Alien franchise. So
yes.
Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection was okay. I liked Prometheus, and a lot of people had a problem with it. I love Prometheus, and I liked Alien Covenant as well. So fuck it. I'm not even gonna. The thing is, Terminator also great, but Terminator has so many bombs.
Yeah.
They've got Terminator 2, one of the greatest films ever made, but they've also got Terminator 3, one of the most giant pieces of shit ever made. So it's tough.
Yeah, I do have good news. The God, I can't even remember the company, but the Alien movie is doing another sequel, and they asked for you to play a part in it. Would you do a cameo? Just a quick cameo.
I would do anything to be
would you play
an alien.
Sorry, I just threw something across my desk. But would you play like yourself, or would you play another character? Or
are they bringing Sigourney Weaver back?
Yes.
I would love to play a younger love interest to Sigourney Weaver. That's the goal. That's the role I want to play.
A younger love interest. So she's the age now, like she's just her now.
Yeah.
And you're.
And then and I want to be a bad guy.
Oh, so you're gonna screw her over in the end, just like
Yeah, and then I like Burke. Yeah, I'm gonna do some kind of fucked up shit, but there'll be like a will they won't they kind of thing. She's like, oh man, I like him. He's a little young for me, and I'm like, hey, babe, I'm like real cocky. I'm a space marine,
right?
But it turns out that I've made some kind of deal with some kind of shady weapons, development division. Yeah, and so and then I'm how I die, however, probably killed by a xenomorph, but so maybe Sigourney Ripley kills me.
Okay, so we're gonna do this scene in God, what would I even call it? Alien. Well, I'm just gonna say it's a future sequel, to be honest. Alien 8. Alien 8 actually works.
Yeah.
And you need to call it anything else. Okay.
Alienated.
Brilliant.
Really alienated.
Hold on, I have to write that down. I might write that later. Okay, so I'm going to be an android. Fuck it, I'm going to call him Kevin. Why not?
They prefer the term synthetic person.
Sorry, synthetic person. Don't tell me what I call myself.
No, that's from the movie, man.
Okay. I'm a new model. I can't remember the movies so well.
You're like a Michael Fassbender model.
Why? What's the difference between them? Well, he was evil, right? So.
Well, Michael Fassbender was like the most advanced synthetic human that they had in the films that have come out so far.
Wait, hold on a minute. Actually,
wait, no. Actually, no. He was that's a prequel. So no, he would have been one of the most. He would have been one of the earliest.
That's what I was going to ask if he's so advanced.
Yeah, I fucked that up. My bad.
God damn it! I have to edit this. Okay,
sorry.
So we're going to say action on this scene that we're going to make up involving Alien 8. Screw it. It's Kevin, the synthetic person, sitting down. Okay. Yeah. So wait, what's your name in this scene?
Oh man, I need a cool name. Let's just say that I'm actually like the great grandson of Hudson, who is my favorite character from the whole thing. So let's just call me Hudson.
Okay. You're Sergeant Hudson.
Sergeant Hudson.
Sergeant Hudson. Here's your brief. You're going to have to take the I don't know, fucking crew with you onto this ship. Take Ripley to a ship stuck in space. Yeah.
Great, man. That's just fucking great, man.
Hey, keep the noise down. It's a fun fair.
That's how he talks, though.
Oh, okay. It's a fun fair.
I'm assuming I inherited his speech patterns. I don't have to if that's annoying.
Do you know what? The director has said this is a free take. You can do whatever you want.
I'm a short timer. How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit, man? No, you're right. I'm a sergeant.
No, I'm sorry. You're a sergeant.
Yeah, I'm a sergeant. I'm not a. Yeah, I want to be in the military.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Well, either that. How have you got so far and you're still trying to get out? No, you're a former sergeant. This is we need you to get together a group. Most talented.
Oh, yeah, because actually, no, yeah, because I was a sergeant. Yeah. Now I'm in the private sector. That explains my villainy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool.
How do I get out? Okay, yeah. So here's the job. You have to go up. Yeah, you'll get paid and you come back. Sound good?
Yes, and then I'm gonna rub my hands together, like in a sinister.
What are you? Are you mocking me?
Kind of foreboding way.
Why are you? Are you shifty-eyed? Are you looking left or right?
Oh, this is part of my lucid dreaming. It's a practice thing. I just constantly I rub my hands together and I ask myself, am I awake? And then I think very long and hard about it. And if the answer is yes, then I'm awake. Eventually that habit pattern will start to present itself in the sleep dream state. And then when you rub your hands together and ask yourself as if you're awake, you will occasionally look around and realize that you are not awake.
Okay, because I'm a synthetic person. This is all very unusual to me.
I forgot. Yeah, you don't dream. Yeah, you don't dream. No, my bad.
How many times do you do that a day?
Well, it could take as little as 2 weeks, a couple months, depending on the person.
No, but how you, Sergeant Hudson? How many times do you do?
Oh, I do it like pathologically. I just nonstop.
So you're just going to be nonstop through this movie going, rubbing your hands together.
Yeah, that's like my thing.
Okay.
And if I'm not shooting a really cool gun, I'll be rubbing my hands together.
And the audience will be saying, will they, won't they? I wonder who's the villain here.
Yes, and they'll be like, man, Doug is really pulling off a great, descendant of Bill Paxton right now.
Right. Well, he's rubbing his hands together over every little moment.
R.I.P. Bill Paxton, one of my favorite actors of all time.
So when they say, sorry, we're going to move on just for 1 second. Move on to a later scene when Ripley's on board and one of the other guys in the mercenary, probably the creepy asshole guy, who's like, "Hey, check out the chick. She's hot, right?" You're going to be standing beside him going,
oh no, because that see, the thing is, we give the audience the illusion that I am the good guy. That's why the betrayal is going to be such a good scene. So when he's like, "Hey, look at that piece of ass," I'm like, "Hey man, shut up." Do you know who that is? That's Lieutenant Ripley's clone. She's dead, but
she can't be much if she's dead. Make a clone of me and we'll both live forever or something. I don't know.
How about I make a bullet hole in your fucking head? Bow! And then I just blow his head off.
What?
And then
why are you killing people? Sorry, I'm back as the synthetic person. Why are you killing fucking people? We need people.
Because
you're wildly impulsive.
I work for the company, and therefore
I work for the fucking company. I'm the HR.
But the thing is, I'm actually because of the way this alliance between the private sector and the military is set up, is I am basically the highest ranking officer here. So
yeah, but I'm chief legal officer. We're trying to go public here, Hudson.
You can take it up with
you,
the lawyers, when we return back to Terra.
But don't shoot anyone. And stop doing this. People are uncomfortable. Okay.
Well, anyway, I gotta go do some romantic stuff with Ripley.
Okay, cut. Oh god, this is
gonna be a masterpiece.
This is terrible. But yeah, no. I mean, I like that there's two stories. Well, there's three stories going on here. Obviously, the alien part, the love story, and now the lawsuit part for Hudson. Cool. That hopefully Alien 8 does well.
Alien 8.
Yeah.
Check it out, guys, in theaters 2032.
I'll start writing. I have one or two other questions. I have good news for you. Our finance guy, Paul, is just popping in, knocking on your door. Hello, chosen one. I have good Paul. News. Hiya. I've just checked the finances. We have a lot of money in the coffers, right?
Okay.
Your citizens, look, they're feeling, I know you're not into this sort of thing, but they would really like to kind of say thanks for everything you've been doing recently, sending away bad kids. Well, sometimes bad. They would like to build you, a big monument. Use some of that money, where we have a lot, and build you something cool. So what can we build you?
Obviously a kaiju.
Oh, like a working like just a working kaiju.
Oh, I was thinking like a giant stone kaiju, like the size of the Statue of Liberty. But I mean, whatever. I mean, like I'm not trying to. It's whatever artistic direction they want to go in is fine with me.
Oh no, we'll go with that because we'll go with we can try and make it move a bit, but we'll keep it stone looking.
I mean, honestly, what would be best if they're going to make a giant monument to me? They should build a giant Jaeger and a giant kaiju.
And you as the Jaeger?
Yeah. Are we we're in the Atlantic Ocean, right?
No.
No. Are we in the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good, because this is the Pacific Rim.
Yes.
Thing. So
we are going to build. I guess we could make that on the other side of the island. So you have your big palace near the beach, the mountain temple, and then on the other side,
it's also. I mean, it's pretty tasteful. It's not like a palace. It's like just like a temple.
Yeah. I mean, it fits in well with the natural mountain.
Like range. It's not like Pablo Escobar's house. It's like
Jim
more
Escobar's house. It's it's Doug Escobar.
Bill Escobar. Yeah, for sure, man.
His brother, Bill, or cousin. So yeah, on the other side of the island, we'll have a big mountain. We'll shape it into a big Jaeger and kaiju and have one of them look like you. And do you want them having like a kicking motion or like rock'em sock'em robots?
Yeah, something like some kind of really cool, because just get like a really great comic book artist to kind of sketch up something really awesome. Get some great sculptors involved. Obviously some engineers. This is going to be huge. I mean, I think we're thinking big, massively huge.
It's going to cost quite a lot, but I mean, again, we have the money, so
yeah. I mean, what I accidentally collected $100 billion just off the two kids that I sent into space.
Those fuckers, yeah. The Twitch guy.
Yeah.
And he's not coming back, and his parents ain't seeing any of it.
So, you know what? If you think about it, honestly, I've done something like sending him away. You know what? We'll dedicate the kaiju to him and the Jaeger to me.
So you're beating up Cody.
Yeah, it's kind of like a sorry, like to his family and friends. Just be like, hey, you know what? Here's a giant kaiju named Cody. And as a remembering, and then here's me like in the Jaeger machine.
Putting a sword through its head.
Yeah, just fucking putting a sword to his head. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, Cody, again.
Yeah.
Right, fine.
Well,
yeah.
you know, like, let's be historically accurate.
Yeah, we'll we will make his parents watch every Sunday for an hour. It'll be lovely. Paul is just knocking on your door again. Now that we've built that, it's about
What, Paul?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Sorry, chosen
Sorry.
one. Sorry. Are you okay?
I was meditating, but what do you want?
Okay. I have low blood pressure. I can't speak, but I have low blood pressure, and I can tell you, maybe chill out on the Zen stuff because you're a bit irritable when you don't get your meditating in. Yeah, I have some news. It turns out that there's a minus sign. I didn't see at the front of all the budget. So it turns out we didn't have any money. We're actually heavily in debt. So that big statue with Cody, you beating up Cody, has put us more in debt. The IMF are actually ringing up saying, look, we're going to have to come in and sort you out and kind of take over a bit because
what are the IMF?
International Monetary Fund.
Oh, okay, and they think that they can come into my sovereign land.
I mean, your whole thing is bankrupt. Like, you've no money to actually afford anything.
Oh, well, just tell them no.
I mean, you.
Well, look, if you don't want to tell them no, I'll have like whoever my generals are do it.
The secret police, or who's General Hudson? Is he?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't see why they're so pussy. They can't just contact me directly. Why are you telling me?
Oh, because I'm in the finance department.
Okay, well, Paul, look, you work for me. You work for Shangri-La. You don't work for the IMF. You don't answer to them.
No,
so,
but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you trying to do the right thing. This could have been an email, but just go ahead. I mean, just why don't you just shoot them an email and say if they want to talk to me, they can contact me directly.
Okay.
Can't they? Can they not? Is that not possible?
I mean, they went through the finance part first because that's the way they would normally do things. But I'm just wondering, are you paying me wages?
Yeah, we have universal basic income.
Okay, but it's not worth anything.
Well, money's an illusion everywhere.
Okay, so I have no money.
I don't see why you think that, Paul. Because do you need healthcare?
Well, I need food, but nobody has money to like bring in food now. And
we have agriculture. It's one of the
first things. There's people fighting out in the street now for you see that's why they were we're a bit worried.
So you're telling me we're on our way down, we're on our way out.
Oh, we are down on the ground already.
We're fucked, huh?
Yeah, we are fucked. But that's what the IMF were just like. Look, we can give loans and stuff. That's no problem. We just want to know, like, what's your plan to kind of start making more money quick to get more money in. They're not looking to take over the country. They just want to know you have a plan, right? We don't need to come in and sort you out. You know what you're doing. So that's all they're saying.
Okay.
But I'll go and shoot them in their face or something. You said, right? Shoot them an email.
Say, man.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell them to fuck off. Tell them to fuck off.
Fuck off. Don't give them an answer. Just okay.
No, we don't. We're not taking any loans from them.
Nice. Unfortunately, Paul was later killed by a starving man who got into his office. But he did send off that email, so that's fine.
Thank you for your sacrifice, Paul.
You're welcome. And in dead. I'm nearly finished. I do have to let you know that unfortunately there was a coup attempt. Senator Marjorie had lined up all the people who came to the island, former slaves. They tried to organize to get rid of you. Don't worry, they've been caught. 80 of the 100 senators were involved. What you want us to do with them?
Man, so people really hate me here?
I mean, they are fighting out in the street for the last bit of like wheat.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and deport everyone.
So 10 million people is just.
If you're loyal, you could stay. If you don't like it, you can go. That's.
Oh well, I tell you what. We're going to say 2 million people are loyal.
All right. Well, then 2 million people can stay.
And the rest of
and that solves all our economic problems because we got plenty of wheat and corn to go around for 2 million people for 20% of our original population. So we're once again solvent.
Right. Lovely. And IMF are happy now. They're like,
the coup was honestly the best thing that could have happened to me. I was actually really kind of worried about it. And then these assholes tried to kill me, tried to overthrow the government. So they can go live in wherever. I don't know. I don't care.
So are you actually, when you put them on ships and stuff, are you just sailing them one direction and going, not to one direction, but
I wouldn't say ships. I would say
Coffins.
Flotation, a
Boxes.
flotilla, of flotate.
Oh, just
like rubber rafts, doors.
And are they going?
Maybe like doors with like a little sail.
But are you?
Have you ever seen Castaway?
Yes.
The thing that Tom Hanks finally escapes that island on.
Just that little thing.
Mostly that kind of shit. Just driftwood.
Okay. Drift. Yeah. And are you putting them on a one-way ticket to, we'll say, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, or are they going across the Pacific? See if you can reach America, fuckers.
I'm not really keeping that much of an eye on it. I just, once they're outside of our like actual waters and international waters, they can do whatever they want.
And what if they try and come back?
Well, then there's an apology process.
Oh, what's the apology process?
You have to say you're sorry for what you
did. Is that it?
Well, I have to believe you're sorry.
All right, I'm sorry.
I feel like that was just like you just said that. You didn't really feel like it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I forgive you. You can come back into the country.
All right. Give me my keys, my car.
Okay.
Right, good. Is that it? So I'm just in again.
Yeah. I am a benevolent God King.
So how many people came back out of the 8 million?
I would say probably almost all of them.
So 7.5 million people just came back.
How many people, like how far people will make it on like a piece of driftwood in the blazing sun heading towards Australia before they're like, oh, in great white shark waters, before they're like decide to turn around and just come back and maybe try to make things work.
But just, so the
you know like when a little kid runs away from home because they're mad at their parents because they couldn't play fucking Xbox or whatever, and then they realize they're hungry and they want to come home and eat dinner.
I didn't have to go home. I went somewhere else.
And anyone has a place else to go, they're free to go there.
So
anyone wants to come back to Shangri-La, they have to apologize, and I have to believe them.
Okay, and you believed 95% of the people who left.
It was a very long process.
Okay. Now,
but we did a lot of it over Zoom, so.
You're not going to invite him up to your mountain resort, right?
Well, I thought I was just going to like set up a temporary office in the immigration center at the port.
Jesus, that's a commitment to interview 7.5 million. Well, 8 million.
Man, I'm trying to run it, and I have responsibilities.
So all the senators, they're allowed back.
Oh, the senators?
Yeah.
No. I told Jean Claude. I told him they were all a bunch of antichrists. Those are
figures. They're all gone.
I mean, who knows what they are? Hey, maybe they're happy. Dude. I honestly, like I said, I don't know what happens up there.
Yeah, and you don't want to know. Plausible deniability.
It's just that I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So you have any, like, our senators being allowed to be and are people allowed to vote now for a new Senate?
Oh yeah.
Even including the people who wanted to kill you?
Yeah. If they said they were sorry and I believed them, yeah, for sure.
But what's the difference? Because the senators said they were sorry.
Oh, well, you take on a certain level of responsibility when you become a senator.
Right.
You can't just say you're sorry. That's
I'm
different.
Really sorry.
Well, I mean, also, it wouldn't really matter because I'm very swift with justice. So they were all.
Oh, yeah, they were gone.
I mean, I called Jean Claude and had them out of here. I mean, that same day. This other process has been going on for months at this point.
So, just to clarify, if I have it right, the timeline right, you had 10 million people. You had no money. They were all starving, fighting out in the street, some cannibalism, of course. The IMF said, "Oh, this doesn't look good. Do you have a plan to make money? Because maybe we should come in and kind of bail you out here." You said, "Fuck off." Paul later died as he was sending that email, as mentioned. Then 8 million people essentially said, "Let's get rid of the chosen one." So you got rid of them, which meant now that you have a population of 2 million, which means the IMF are going, "Oh, maybe you can actually pull out this because you have less population and less like starvation problem. But now you've welcomed back 7.5 million. So now you just have that starvation problem coming back again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't like really let you in on everything like throughout all, because I guess we've had this nation for maybe 5 years now. Right. I've gathered a lot more information from Jean Claude and from Morgan. Maybe Morgan a little bit. Morgan's kind of like letting me in on some more of like the celestial knowledge, kind of what's going on too. And he's like, Earth itself is basically kind of like a simulation type deal. None of this is exactly real. Yes. You are all actually avatars. Your true physical selves exist in a different realm. You're experiencing yourself collectively this is all just really kind of like a data gathering experiment for something that's really beyond the ability for an individual human mind to comprehend. So, I'm looking at these giant pictures, the really grand scheme of things like that. So when someone's like, "Oh, I fell off my wooden raft and drowned," I'm like, "Yeah, but did you?" No, because you just returned to the collective conscious or whatever being is, operating this system.
But are you asking those questions to the bloated corpse of a drowned person? Like, can they respond when they're dead? I suppose.
No. I'm just, I hang out in my temple mostly, meditate.
Oh, so you're just kind of saying that into the air, like when you're thinking about all those.
Oh, yeah, it's just kind of a rhetorical question.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. And all the people who are starving, you're like, are you though?
I put that on state television. So really, everyone that,
okay.
A lot of these people are just kind of being assholes,
And you put that out on television as well.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, maybe
coup
don't
is
be
the best
asshole.
thing that happened, and you're a bunch of assholes. Welcome back.
Well, part of what's going on with this simulation, this program that we're running, is we're trying to figure out like how do we work out the bugs in humanity, and all these people, like, they're the bugs, so we're working them out.
Yeah, the weak.
Well, they're like anomalies.
Right. Okay. Speaking of now having a country full of anomalies and assholes, at a certain point, this is actually probably the final question, because at a certain point, I imagine, you've led your country as best you could. Some would say, surely at the height of your popularity, it was 99.4%,
Yeah.
How much better can you do?
Oh, man,
really?
the halcyon days.
And I'm pretty sure the only people who disliked you were relatives of Cody. So, but at a certain point, it's probably the time for you to pass the torch on, right? I mean,
oh yeah,
whatever reason that either you leave or you go up into space, I don't know. So the question I have is, what person would you name as your heir, and what speech would you give to your people to announce their ascendancy?
Okay, well, I guess it would need to be someone younger than me.
So would you do it at your mountain temple? Would you gather people up and say, "Look, I have an announcement"?
No, because that's kind of like a remote location. It's not super easy to do. Like, that's kind of like, that's me space. That's me time.
Yeah.
So this would be more like a kind of like some kind of federal plaza, maybe, and it'd be televised too. And honestly, it probably might even just be like an indoor ceremony, kind of more like some of the dignitaries and people that but yeah, it would be televised everywhere, or you can go to concert venues, stadiums.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be on every TV screen in the country, right?
Yeah, so everyone you can go to a soccer stadium, anywhere you want to go, it'll be on a giant screen.
I mean, this is a big
moment. And then
right?
I will give Timothy Chalamet a crown, and I'll say, "You're the Philosopher King of Shangri-La now. Peace."
So you've, I presume, flown Timothy Chalamet over?
Yeah, I just called his agent, and I was like, "Hey, man, I really enjoyed him as Paul Atreides in Dune, and so I will go ahead and just give him the
and he's accepted right off the bat.
Oh yeah, he's like, "What? This is even better than being in Dune," and I'm like, "Get out! It's not better than being in Dune, but it's pretty cool." So,
are you worried that at any point you'd be like, "God, he doesn't shut up about Dune"? Actually, I mean, he's got really into Dune.
I'm gonna fade into private life.
You're gonna stay on the island.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stay at my awesome temple on my mountain.
Yeah. You're quite secluded, so you're not in anyone's way. They're not in your way. You can hang out there. So he's just going to become, so like all your people are going to be like, "Oh, I haven't watched him in many things. Is he any good?" Like, why? He
was in Don't Look Up. He was really good in that too.
He was. Yes.
Yeah, he was the kid that's like
boyfriend or whatever.
Boyfriend to the why can't I think of her fucking name? She was in Hunger Games.
Yeah.
She was Jennifer Lawrence. I thought he was fantastic, and I thought the final scene of that film when he leads the prayer before the asteroid kills everyone on the planet. I was like, that is a really moving scene. It was really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
Timothy Chalamet really came a long way, because to me, that's what I mean. It's like I never really saw him in much. And I don't even know when he got super famous. I know that he was in Call Me by Your Name, which I didn't see.
Yeah,
and I feel like that was probably the thing that put him on the map as like a really serious actor that people were taking seriously. So the first thing I saw him in was Dune.
You're giving him the Philosopher King status purely out of respect for his artistic talent.
Yeah, well, also just because, like, that's how Dune kind of works too. Like even the God Emperor of Dune eventually had to pass on the crown.
Would you not have given it to Sigourney Weaver?
So, well, like, I thought I was supposed to give it to someone younger.
You don't have to. Heir is your heir.
I think, hold on. I'm gonna Google the age of Timothée Chalamet.
Yes. Why? He's not sure, 9 years old. Don't worry. He is safe probably from.
He's got to be at least. Well, I'm not even gonna embarrass myself. Timothée Chalamet age.
Wait. I tell you. Oh wait. What we should.
He's 26 years old. Perfect, man. Perfect. Okay. He's old enough to know some shit. Young enough to
learn.
Or young enough to learn. Old enough to already know some shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, Timothée Chalamet, if you're listening to this, loved you in Dune, liked you in Don't Look Up. Haven't seen anything else you've made yet.
It's like.
But I will, because I'm going to watch Dune Chapter 2 and I'm going to watch Dune Chapter 3. It was fantastically done. Dune is one of my absolute, hands down, favorite book series of all time. I've read like 16 of those fucking books.
So saying that though, you're going to go with Timothée Chalamet is now your heir, and you're going to stay on the island. Does Timothy get access to Jean Claude, or?
Oh shit, I don't know, man. They're gonna have to like work that out.
Are you talking to the aliens anymore? Has Jean Claude left you?
He kind of like. I mean, I guess like I could contact him, but I probably don't feel like it.
Oh, really? You're just like.
Oh yeah, like my blood pressure has now reached such a low level that I'm just like completely always just kind of whatever. I'm gonna chill in my pool. I got a jacuzzi. I got like a nice gym.
You're not a vegetable at this point, are you? You're not just.
No. I'm just like a very content and like wise old man.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, you're just living out your days in peace. You don't want.
These are my golden years, and I'm gonna really like. I'm appreciating them. You know what I'm appreciating? I'm appreciating my grandchildren. I'm watching them grow up. I'm appreciating watching my children become parents, like I had to become. Like it's gonna be really cool just seeing the generations and being like, wow,
You can't even hear the cries of the starving people of Shangi-La anymore. You're just like, I don't care about the country. That's great.
Well, it's not my country.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's their country.
No country for old men, dude. I'm up in my temple, doing my temple stuff.
Philosophizing.
Yeah.
That sounds like a right word.
Just right. Fortune cookies and haikus and shit.
Fair enough. So the reign of J-Lo, Raw, Philospher King, chosen one, President Doug McDonald, comes to kind of a weird end where people are starving and like living in fear that they either stay here and try and survive, or else they'll be out in the Pacific on a raft with.
I think Timothée Chalamet seems like a really fair guy.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, and like I said, there's free elections. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, that's pretty much the reign of this tyrant. Can we? Yeah, as we finish up, can you please plug My Views Are My Own podcast?
Plug in the pluggables. Hey guys, you ever want to check out another podcast besides Tyrants In Training? Why don't you scoot on over to My Views Are My Own podcast, available on all podcast platforms. There is no visual component, so it's not on YouTube, but it's on, Apple, Spotify, everything that you might listen to. And if you want to contact me or check out some shit, you can go to myviewsaremyown.com. I'm on Instagram at myviewsaremyown_podcast, and I'm on Twitter for the time being, unless Elon Musk destroys Twitter. I'm on Twitter at myviews_podcast.
Thank you very much, Doug. I'm going to say goodbye to my audience of 10 million. Yeah, and this podcast will come back probably in a few days' time or next week or whenever it happens. Goodbye, everyone.
Later, man.
Bye.